Firon, or Pharaoh, is the term used for the ancient rulers of Egypt. The firon who is the subject of this video is none other than the adversary of Prophet Musa. Believed to have been named Musa bin Walid, Firon was one of the most powerful rulers of Egypt. He was a cruel and merciless tyrant who enslaved the children of Israel and persecuted them, and also considered himself to be God. He even created his own heaven and hell, and used to decide the fate of people as per his own desires. One day, he had a dream in which he saw a fire emerging from Jerusalem that burned the houses of Egyptians but did not harm the Israelites. He consulted his priests and advisors, to which they replied, "A boy will be born from the children of Israel and cause the Egyptians to perish at his hands." Firon at once summoned his army and commanded them to kill all male newborns. His advisors advised him against the action, stating that since the older Israelites are already dying, the newborn ones will die too, which will lead him losing all his slaves and manpower. They then asked him to devise a procedure by killing only male newborns 1 year and spared to live the next year. However, Firon was already furious with the notion that he would be dethroned one day and assigned his men to search out pregnant women and kill them immediately if they gave birth to a boy. When Prophet Musa's mother heard the approaching soldiers, she put him in a basket and placed him in the river Nile. The basket floated and eventually reached the palace of Firon, where his man pulled out the basket and brought Prophet Musa to him. Seeing a male newborn, Firon wanted to kill him immediately, but his wife Asiya forbade him and asked to adopt him as they didn't have any children of their own. Prophet Musa grew up in Firon's home and soon familiarized himself with the state affairs. However, one day he witnessed an Egyptian and an Israelite arguing over something. When he tried to intervene, the Egyptian pushed him away, which made Prophet Musa strike him in anger, killing him as a result, although unwillingly. Soon after this, Prophet Musa went to a place called Madian, where he married Sephora, daughter of Prophet Shuaib. After staying some time there, he decided to return to Egypt. On their way in the cold night, they saw a fire lit in the distance. He asked his wife to stay and went towards it, but when he reached, he saw the flames erupting from a tree, but without anyone present. He suddenly heard a voice that said, "O Musa, I am your Lord." It then commanded him to hit his staff on the ground. Prophet Musa did as asked, and at once the staff transformed into a snake. The voice then commanded him to put his hand under his armpit, which then came out bright like a sun. It then asked him to return to Firon and invite him and his people towards Musa's Lord. Prophet Musa returned to Firon and told him that he was the messenger of Allah. As a proof, he hit his staff on the ground, which changed into a serpent. Seeing this feat, Firon got frightened and consulted his magicians for advice. The magicians dismissed the feat as mere act of magic and challenged Prophet Musa to a duel. The magicians cut some ropes and threw them on the ground, which began to wriggle like snakes. But when Musa struck his staff, the snake ate all the pieces of ropes. The magicians were astounded and immediately accepted the faith of Prophet Musa. Firon, however, was still too proud to accept someone as God other than him. Allah then told Prophet Musa to inform Firon that if he didn't release the enslaved Israelites, the Egyptians would suffer terribly. However, he paid no heed and boasted about him being the greatest. Allah punished them first by sending locusts that destroyed the crops, followed by a flood that caused great devastation. When the people began to suffer from tumors and diseases, they went to Prophet Musa, promising to follow his faith if he prayed to Allah to ease their suffering. Everything became normal, but the Israelites were still enslaved. Allah again punished them with a famine, at which the people returned to Prophet Musa, seeking his forgiveness. They again didn't fulfill their word, and Allah then punished them with disease and even turned the river Nile thick with blood. Eventually, Musa gathered the people of Bani Israel and left for Palestine. Sensing that something wasn't right, Firon gathered his army and headed to stop the enslaved people from fleeing. With the Red Sea in the front and the avenging army at the back, Prophet Musa, A.S., and his companions had no way out. Allah then commanded him to strike his staff in the water. The sea immediately split into two, revealing a path wide enough for Musa and his people to walk. When Firon saw the path, he entered along with his men, but the sea immediately closed around them. Firon, in desperation, said, "None has the right to be worshipped but Allah, in whom the children of Israel believe, and I am also amongst them." Allah, however, didn't spare him then, and him and all his men drowned. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching this video.